Hello and welcome. I am Skelly Rocker and this is Roguecraft. So today we're going to have a little bit of a base tour before I fly off into the new wilderness to start on a brand new base. Skelly, what are you doing, mate? I told you to get the base finished before you went off and did anything else. Look at the mess of this place, it's just not good enough. But I just finished doing some replay mod recordings. Can I at least do something with that? Fine, do your replay mod. But you better get this base finished, or otherwise you're going to look like you've been hit by a windmill. Okay, I'll finish the base. Anyway, first of all, a word from our sponsor.
This show is sponsored by Wing and a Prayer. Are you ready to take Flytra? Then get ready with your Elytra. Wing and a Prayer Elytra sales and service will have you flying high in no time. Our custom line of back flaps are handcrafted so that they are uniquely identical. So come fly like a brick with Wing and a Prayer.
So I finally got the replay mod working, and I thought it was a good opportunity to do a quick tour of the base. And as Jack says, it's not finished yet, so I'll be pointing out all the things that need to be done in order to get it completed, at least to a standard that I am actually happy with, rather than kind of a bit of a half-assed attempt. Anyway, we shall see you on the other side. Bye! Steady, guys. Steady. Pull back on the bungee cords. Okay, prepare to fire and go. So as I said, this is my first kind of attempt at doing a replay mod. It was a lot of fun. Was probably harder. I think I bit off more than I could chew. Instead of doing something like a sort of third-person high-speed build, I went for a base tour. And the base is pretty much finished, structurally at least. Although there's still a lot of stuff that really needs to be fixed out. There's the underside. It's my hot nipple. It doesn't quite look the way I have in my mind. It needs to look more sort of fractured and broken, so that needs to be fixed. And this is the first room that we're coming into now, which is right at the bottom. Many fun times were spent there, just dumping stuff wherever I could. There's lots of hidden doors and passages around the whole place, which is kind of what I like in my bigger builds, you know, secret things for people to find out about. And then, of course, the first thing we do is build a chest monster, start storing all the rubbish that we have, a few tools and a few furnaces just to smelt things. So yeah, this is typically where I slept while the whole thing was getting built. Going back down to the ground occasionally to get more resources until the sort of resource generation could be carried out within the mountain. And because you're inside all the time, a clock was pretty useful, so I knew exactly what I was jumping out into. So there's lots of ways in and out of the floating mountain. That's one of them up there. There's a death drop. You just run up the stairs and drop out of there. Not advised if you don't have Elytra. And then into the barn. So this was really just to cover food and initially cows. So this is another thing that really needs to be reworked. We've got one cow, which I'm just going to tie up for milk and then extend the actual grain parts of this. So we get a selection of crops predominantly to give the villagers that you'll see later on. And things like that, chest floating on the ceiling, which is actually from, I think that's from the sugarcane farm. So it's not very well thought out. I was kind of, as I moved up, things just became more and more higgledy-piggledy, and I wasn't quite sure where everything was going to go, and I'm just sort of jamming it in. And then further up, there's loads of space where I haven't finished doing things yet. So there's multiple levels, you know, it's not just level 1, 2, 3, 4, it's more like level 1, 2, 2.3, 3.26, and so on. And then I decided I wanted some basic farms, really easy stuff. So we've got the pumpkin and the melon farm there. And we hauled some sheep up. That was very entertaining. I think we only needed 2. So I was able to breed them up here. But this is the bottom, the bottom side, the underside of the sheep farm, and then this is also the end of the sugarcane farm there, and you can see composters for composting things from another part of the mountain. It all kind of is interwoven into the whole thing. So yeah, as I say, pumpkin and watermelon farm. So then from there we go up to the main floor. No, we're going to go around to have a look at the Kelp Farm. Yeah. So yeah, Kelp Farm, churning away just for fuel more than anything. And decoration blocks. So yeah, that needs to crack on because I've got a few ideas of what I want to use kelp blocks for, dried kelp blocks for. There's a sheep stuck in the back there, and there's actually no access in without, I mean, I could easily break through and release the sheep, but why bother? Then that's the sort of storage area for all the wool. We've got the sugarcane farm here, which helps me with paper and sugar should I want to actually do some baking. And then we just ease back out. So this area is kind of done. I mean, there's a little bit of space that I could do, and there's certainly a lot of detailing to be done. You may torches all over the floor. So, you know, if I look at these as separate rooms, I could maybe make them into more sort of nice and pretty rooms. Pretty rooms. And then we're just going to smash through these iron doors because who can press a button in the replay mod? Ouch. Back to the wool storage area, and then we go up through here. So there's multiple ways up onto the next floor. And this is really what I would consider to be the main factory floor. And the best way to see it is from the back. Now that bit of mess there in the roof, that's because allegedly lava, would you believe, burns wood. Who would have thunk it? No, I didn't thunk it at all. Yeah, forgot that lava burns wood, so I kind of burnt down a lot of the floor and just fixing that right now. So I've got an aquarium. The axolotl ate all the tropical fish, which I didn't know about. Such a noob. There's the actual sheep. Down below, I know them all by name. Hello, Betsy. That's the top of the kelp farm there, and then we've got our little village breeder here on the left, and straight ahead is our creeper farm. Stay well away. And below that is a whole host of chickens for my chicken cannon, which is a lot of fun. It just fires the eggs out from the side of the mountain. They crash into the ground, and you get absolutely hundreds of chickens forming. So I'm never short of a feather or two. Yeah, this is where I sort of made a mistake with the lava. So I wanted to have sort of an industrial feel around it. Some of that copper needs to be cleaned back and then waxed, top of the creeper. And we've got a huge expanse here, so I've still got masses of room to do something else. And there I go, trying to fix the floor with whatever I can grab. So the whole floor needs replaced in something slightly less flammable. Got a small village trading hall with some of the essentials, although some of these little bees have not quite agreed to sell me what I want, but we'll get them fixed. So again, another thing that I need to fix. Now before I fill up this hole, let's dive back down through it. And I wanted various escape routes, so you've got the death drop one, but the other one I really like is this. It's a nice slide which fires you out in a boat and actually beyond the thing, and that's it. That's the whole base. So yeah, a lot to do. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch, and we'll see you next time on Roguecraft. Bye now.